Yo, greetings, salutation, ladies and gentlemen. What it do? How's it going? And good afternoon. Konnichiwa and kabawa. Kikidasiga minasa and ohayo goisaimasu. Mr. Avenger here. Or just call me Mr. M.A. or Mighty Son. Or just simply Mighty Avenger, the multitasker, the one and only, at your service. What's up, guys? How's it going? And happy Monday to all of you. And I'm pretty sure that is just a typical busy day for everyone, and that is just very slow, and just, you know, the fact that it is my day off and nothing out of the ordinary, just relaxing, and maybe that is another lazy Monday, but I think that this will cheer things up. And I'm wondering how Rhea is going to respond to this later tonight on Monday Night Raw, because, well, looks like the unlikable team, Jey Uso and Cody Rhodes, are the new undisputed tag team champions. So I guess that means that they can go from Raw and SmackDown. But how this is going to work out for the Judgment Day, well, that remains to be seen. And Carlito is now a full-time, that's going to be on the SmackDown roster. So congratulations. So we're definitely going to see more from him. And that's cool. But anyways, it's time for me to react. Time for Death Battle. Because it's Frieza versus Megatron, Dragon Ball versus Transformers. Two of the villains that you love to hate, and I think it's clear that they both have that of the superiority complex, and that what makes them to be that such of a diabolical, but at the same time, it's just that they try so much to try to succeed, but they never win. They never do. So I guess that leads to the question is that which of the two is going to be walking out of this alive? And this is going to be a very interesting to see in what kind of feats that they do have, and especially that I'm way too familiar with when it comes to Frieza. Now, Megatron, that's something that my brother is into because that he is familiar of the G1 series. So let's go ahead and take a look at this and place your bets to see if either it's going to be Frieza or Megatron. Well, I don't think he has a catchphrase of his own other than this, that he would say, "Damn it, Starscream." Well, you get the idea. But let's get started, and without further ado, it's time to react. Go.
Frieza, the Dread Emperor from Dragon Ball.
And Megatron, the Decepticon commander from Transformers.
When these two dictators collide, the cosmos will tremble.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
I did hear that the animation is going to be done by
Deep in the bowels
DevilArtemis.
of outer space lies a monster so cruel, so callous, so evil, that the universe itself trembles at his approach. Behold, the mighty Lord Frieza.
Oh, he's adorable with the horns and that floppy tail and the genocide.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. And he's laughing. Cool.
Frieza's diminutive stature and faux gentility were intentionally deceptive and rooted in a surprising place. In response to the Japanese economic bubble at the time, Frieza's design was meant to evoke real estate speculators. Series mangaka Akira Toriyama has described such speculators as the worst sort of people. Yes, really.
I guess you could say Frieza is more than meets the eye. Oh,
You know, I'm
check
starting to
that
think
figure.
it does
Much
kind of
is
make
unknown
sense.
about Frieza's alien race and heritage.
Okay, so he's
only that
he's
he and his
70
father
years
were born
old.
as mutants
Universal
with abnormally
Emperor.
high power levels.
Oh, like how the doc
Frost
said my
demon,
blood
yeah.
alcohol level was 0.8 straight out the womb. Frieza was so crazy strong that unlike most Dragon Ball characters who transform to get stronger, Frieza transforms to get weaker. So he doesn't like accidentally nuke a planet, only intentionally.
With his father's empire and army at his beck and call, Frieza would cross the universe, conquering worlds one by one, and selling them to the highest bidder. Just like real estate speculators.
And if anyone objected, he'd just kill them, their entire
that's
family, and
nuts,
everyone
though.
they ever knew. just like real estate speculators. While he usually lets his weird, multicolored alien grunts do his dirty work for him,
Yeah.
Frieza's not afraid to throw down himself, especially if some spiky-haired space monkeys start getting too uppity for their own good.
Frieza's strength comes from his innate understanding and manipulation of his own ki, or life energy, which he can use to enhance his physicality or manifest into projectile attacks.
Like his classic Death Beam, Death Ball, Death Wave, Death Cannon, Death Saucers.
Yeah.
I'm sensing
Everything
a theme
is
here.
that is
Frieza
all
can
death.
move mountains with his mind, fire laser beams from his eyes, create key force fields, and he even learned to sense
And look,
the ki
it's-
of
and it
others
says Black
through sheer
Frieza.
observation alone. He's fast enough to keep up with Goku's ki attacks, which, scaled to the ki he absorbed for his spirit bomb against Kid Buu, could move across the universe in less than a minute. That would be over 17 quadrillion times the speed of light, and he's gotten even stronger and faster since then.
You know you're a badass when you can stroll into Planet Vegeta, a planet filled with people whose only higher
Sure you
aspirations
can.
involve murder and hair gel.
I'm thinking
Talk
of
shit
that
like you own the place. And he got
scene
so
from
paranoid about one of
BBC
them getting
Abridged.
strong enough to kick his ass
Sorry.
that he blew up the friggin' planet.
Considering Planet Vegeta has 10 times the gravity of Earth, this would mean it likely has 10 times the mass and 100 times the energy required to overcome its gravitational binding energy and destroy it. That's over 5.3 Yoda tons of
Jesus.
TNT.
And that was in his weakest form. Too bad he kinda missed a spot. Or several, because a bunch of Saiyans survived to fight another day. Space genocide just ain't what it used to be.
This would come back to bite him when he was finally forced to confront the Earthbound Saiyan Kakarot, and accidentally ended up being the reason he turned into the legendary Super Saiyan.
Like the albino dildo he is, Frieza has survived being pounded by Broly for over an hour straight,
God
crushed by
damn.
Goku's spirit bomb, and then split in half, consumed
Yeah,
by
he
an
keep up the
exploding
pace with
planet,
Dispo.
and left afloat in the vacuum of space.
He can survive without the vast majority of his body, though unlike other Dragon Ball villains, he can't heal on his own.
It didn't help him that much after he
No.
got his ass sent to hell, but because
The
of that
worst
dragon in
kind.
his balls, he was back at it again.
And with just 4 months worth of training, the first time he'd ever trained in his entire life, Frieza was able to
Resurrection
achieve
F.
a new transformation capable of surpassing the Super Saiyan, Golden Frieza.
That's a level of laziness I aspire to, Wiz. DeviantArt Frieza here lets him keep up with Super Saiyan Blue Goku and Vegeta.
A significantly weaker Super Saiyan God Goku could blow up the whole of Universe 7 in a punch clash with the God of Destruction, Beerus. And the shockwaves of their punches were able to reach the edges of existence in only a few seconds. Over 270 quadrillion times the speed of light. And that is before so many years of power-ups and training between then and now.
Totally
Yeah.
crazy, but nothing compared to his newest and greatest form.
The new
A
one.
transformation capable of surpassing Goku's Ultra Instinct and Vegeta's Ultra Ego, their peaks at this point. A transformation even stronger than Gas, who was wished
Yeah,
to
this is
be
Gas.
the strongest in the universe.
He literally said F you to the Dragon Balls.
What
This is Black Frieza.
The all-seeing Oracle Fish had prophesied the coming of the universe's strongest. And perhaps he was talking about
Why
Frieza
are you having
all
a
along.
Come
a
on,
goldfish?
give us another prediction.
Okay,
Oh.
I get it. I get
Wiz,
it.
I think you're gonna die. Though, for some godforsaken reason, he didn't use his newfound power to kill those pesky Saiyans. They were right there, you moron.
In fact, he once committed the archvillain's greatest sin and teamed up with them to save their universe
Yeah,
and beat
that
Jiren,
did
a being
happen.
comparable to the gods of destruction.
Because no one's allowed to destroy the universe but him.
And that's a promise he means to keep.
Yeah,
This almighty
Frieza
emperor
is
will
that kind
continue
of type
to
of-
rule the
he
universe
will-
with
he
an iron
alone
grip
will do
and
this.
a heart of ice. You either die a hero, or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
Or you live even longer and become an 80s toy commercial. This
True.
is
It
Megatron.
was the best thing ever.
In Cybertron's ancient past, the planet was ruled by the Functionist religious order, which decreed a Transformer's natural-born alternate mode determined their role and status in society
9
rather than
million
letting
years.
them choose for
Oh.
themselves. Born into this
Jesus.
oppressive caste system, Megatron of Tarn dreamed of something more.
So this giant Hasbro toy robot, only $5.99 at your nearest Rite Aid, wrote a manifesto on peaceful dissent that got popular with the oppressed Cybertronian working class. So much so, in fact, that the Senate tried to have him assassinated. Whoa, politics Physics alert!
After surviving that brush with death, Megatron was convinced that peace could never be an option. The only path left to overthrow the crippling social order was violent revolution.
So, were the Autobots originally the bad guys here? Optimus Prime? More like Optimus Crime? Never say that Megatron wasn't committed. The civil war he started
Optimus
between the
Prime.
two groups lasted 9 million fucking years. And again, remember, toy robots.
He was aided in his war efforts by his immensely powerful fusion cannon, a giant laser bazooka that can hit targets from 12 miles away and level a small town in a single shot. These projectiles are so fast, they're able to exit the atmosphere from ground level after only a single second. By scaling the distance of the Earth using the angle of this shot, the fusion cannon's projectile must be moving over 4,200 times the speed of sound.
But
Okay.
like me, the fusion cannon needs a little time to recharge between shots. So Megatron's got some tools to keep the job going. He can close the distance with his Energon mace and block blows with his Energon shield. It helps that Megs literally fought as a gladiator before his stunt as a revolutionary.
Megatron can fire lasers from his eyes and arms, launch buzzsaws strong enough to slice through solid rock, fly through the air, and open up a force field known as a panic bubble.
Now, it might seem like a huge flaw that it lets enemy combatants inside,
bubble?
but that's only until you realize it won't let them back out again. That's when the panic part comes in. Megatron's not trapped in there with you. You're trapped in there with him.
Megatron's Cybertronian body is strong enough to match the Autobot leader Optimus Prime, who can toss around oil tankers weighing hundreds of thousands of tons. And Megatron's metallic hide was tough enough to survive an explosion so massive, it launched the entire planet of Cybertron through space.
By taking a look at Cybertron's mass and how fast it was sent flying to get its overall kinetic energy, Megatron must have survived a blast equal to nearly 4.5 nenatons of TNT.
Wow.
Enough to annihilate a small star. He can even keep up with Decepticons like Starscream, who can fly across the galaxy from Earth to Cybertron at hundreds of thousands of times the speed of light.
And he wouldn't be a Transformer without being able to
Yeah, the
transform into various vehicles.
Cybertronian
A tank,
tank,
a
that was,
stealth bomber jet,
And
Transformers
a gun.
Armada.
Just a gun. A Walter B-38, in fact. I'm sorry, Wiz. I know he's this tragic revolutionary corrupted by the cycle of violence or whatever, but that is the funniest shit I have ever seen. What does he have, like his Deceptive buddies point him at people and fire?
Sometimes. He can fire himself too.
Oh
yeah,
my God.
he can do
That
that.
looks even sillier.
You may be laughing, but Megatron is no joke. By utilizing space bridge teleportation technology, Megatron can establish a remote link-up to a nearby black hole and teleport the antimatter it produces to his location.
Through his eyeballs.
Should matter and antimatter meet, they will be mutually annihilated in a brilliant release of energy defined by E equals MC squared. It doesn't matter how durable the matter is, it will be destroyed at the subatomic level.
As Megatron's war for control of Cybertron
That I did
dragged
not
on,
know
all
about,
of his
that
high-fluid
Megatron
ideals
would
started
be
to fall to the
capable
wayside.
of
In
doing
essence,
that.
there used to be a point to the war. Now, war was the point. His only goal left was to rule Cybertron with a literal iron fist.
That's where Megatron's greatest
Hell-
weapon came
all
into play.
hell Megatron.
His mind.
That was from the
dude
comics.
is a strategic and tactical genius who's always thinking 10 steps ahead.
He's fought powerful Transformers like Grimlock, Predaking, and the Decepticon, a being with the power of an entire evil universe behind it.
He
What?
and Optimus have even fought Nova Prime and Regenesis Shockwave, both of whom could utilize the energy of that same universe.
Megatron once sealed himself inside an Omniglobe and commanded 1,000 real-life battles at once, funneling every iota of relevant information into his brain at the same time. The sheer deluge of data would be incomprehensible for anyone without that supercomputer brain.
But all that robot ass kicking ended up as a draw, and the only true loser was Cybertron.
With the planet in ruins and its civilization extinguished, the Cybertronian Golden Age was long over. And the vanguard of its destruction was Megatron.
Who's now a crusty Saturday morning cartoon villain with a voice that sounds like he smokes 40 packs a day, and a
Hey.
big boner for his boneheaded second in command, Starscream.
After countless millennia of a
Damn you,
humiliating
Starscream.
stalemate with his Boy Scout rival, Megatron's brilliant mind finally turned inward. He remembered that his early writings advocated for peaceful conversion and free thought instead of domination.
It took you 9 million years to remember why you started fighting in the first place? Would that memory get lost in the cloud?
In what was possibly his most surprising tactical move yet, Megatron saved the universe from annihilation as an Autobot.
What?
He realized that after millions of years of indefinite war, the ideals that he fought for, freedom, justice, equality, had switched sides, and Megatron had to as well.
Turns out there was more to this
No
supervillain
way.
than met
No.
the eye, because
No.
true to his nature,
There's no
Megatron
way.
transformed.
The combatants are set. We've run the data through all possibilities.
It's time for a death battle!
Okay, here we go. Yeah, this is the animation from DevilArtemis.
Greetings, noble warrior of
Oh,
planet Cyber
snap.
whatever. I, Lord Frieza, claim this world as my own.
Crazy Pop.
Cheer for me or face annihilation.
I have fought for my planet for eons. I would rather see it turn to ash than reside in your
Hold
filthy hands,
on.
organic scum.
I love it when they monologue back.
Here we go. Here we go.
Pity. I'll have to construct a new mothership from your corpse.
Nova Strike.
What's wrong? Is that clunky robot body too slow to keep up?
My wits should more than suffice, you blithering ponce.
Okay. Brandon, okay. Brandon once again did a good job on the music.
Where did
I'm
you
actually in love with that. I'm actually in love with this theme. Okay. The tank. I was gonna say deja vu on Planet Frieza. Okay, that is a very accurate of the anime. And the golden stature. Here we go, baby. Here we go. That is a devastating, well, that's a devastating death beam right there. I'm sorry, no, death ball, death ball. Jesus Christ. Yeah, Megatron is that crazy that will do that. No way out.
Well, doesn't this just always happen? I give it 5 minutes.
My planet! Behold the mighty Lord Frieza, ruler of a dying planet. My planet. Where is your army? Where is your ship? So powerful, and yet you will wander the depths of space for eternity. All because of me! What a fool.
You despicable, cretinous worm! I'll torture you until your screams can be heard in the vacuum of space!
Die a fool's death.
Oh. No way.
You will die by my hand!
Still steady.
Cybertrinians must kill them all.
Wrong again, Frieza. It was actually 1 minute and 10 seconds. Idiot.
Megatron's ruthless resilience may have netted him a win in some scenarios, but Frieza's overwhelming power gave him a clear edge.
Yes.
Megatron's ace in the hole was his antimatter, which would have annihilated
Okay,
Frieza's
so it
ass
was the
no matter how
antimatter.
tough it was.
And that was a real possibility. Megatron is a master tactician and manipulator with millions of years of combat experience. Frieza, on the other hand, has always relied on his raw power and intimidation to win fights.
When
Yep.
things don't go his way, he has a tendency to freak out.
However, Frieza has survived getting most of his body obliterated and kept going.
Which meant the antimatter wasn't a surefire win. It would have to completely cover Frieza's whole body before he could react. And Frieza was way too fast for that.
While Megatron scaled to characters who could cross galaxies, Frieza has kept up with Goku, who should be at least trillions of times faster.
And
That
on
is
his
true.
smaller size and key force fields, Frieza had more than enough ways to avoid, defend, or survive the antimatter.
So Megatron's only option was power. While Megatron has survived planet-busting explosions and even fought with a being that had the
Okay,
energy
so
of a universe behind
Megatron
it,
has
Golden Frieza
less-
was just
less-
too much for him,
less results
considering he
than
certainly
what
surpassed
Frieza had.
Goku and Beerus's Punch Clash. Since Universe 7 as a whole should be over 13 times larger than our own universe, Frieza's super forms would far exceed Megatron's own power.
And that feat happened at the beginning of Dragon Ball Super. Goku has gotten leagues stronger since then, and Black Frieza is currently beyond him. There was just no way Megatron was strong enough to keep up.
Megatron was a devious foe, but Frieza's power, speed, and sheer survivability allowed him to crush the Decepticon leader underfoot.
I guess you could say Megatron was cool, but Frieza was cooler.
The winner
Oh,
is
come on.
Frieza.
Wait. Makima? Oh, Gojo versus Makima. Oh, okay. So Gojo from Jujutsu Kaisen versus, which I already said that, from Chainsaw Man. Okay, this is going to be a very interesting one, and that's going to be on October 23rd. Cool. Okay, so to point out this is that Frieza is just too powerful for Megatron to defeat, because let's just say that he's just had way too much experience when it comes to survival, death, and not to mention that he can breathe in space, and the fact is that he can pretty much that he could take 80 damages, and the fact that he did keep up with Goku. That's the whole reason why he took the form of the Golden Frieza. But Black Frieza, that's a whole nother level. And that Down with the Brothers. Okay, that's weird when I said that. But I will say that this is that Megatron did keep up with pretty much with everything, and that he is a dictator, a ruler, a strategist, and has that kind of a power, but not enough, and especially to Frieza's speed and pretty much all the traits with everything from Nova Strike, Death Ball, pretty much everything. And this is the reason why Frieza is that cool, or cooler than cooler. Yeah, that was the worst pun. I apologize. In fact, I'm becoming worse than Boomstick could ever. But nice music that is straight from Brandon, and that definitely gives that such a rockin' 80s of that style. That was pretty good, and that's a really, now that is a good fight music and nice animation. Shout out to DevilArtemis And obviously that is I forget who did the voice, but it's just too familiar for me. Now my question is, who did the voice of Megatron? And I know a certain person who is a big fan of Frieza is gonna be so excited to see this. So I just wanted to point out, but not bad for an episode and a good fight, but you can't keep Frieza down. Hell to the no, and that he'll always be the most diabolical villain of all time in Dragon Ball history. So if you guys enjoy that, hit the like button and also leave a comment down below, and I will catch y'all in the next video. So stay tuned because there are more on the way, but until then, peace.